Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette and I make videos talking about my life as a New Zealander living in Germany. So in this video today, I am going to be talking about some really simple, easy ways you can drastically improve your life here in Germany. Germany is a really interesting country in the way that it is such a highly sought after place to immigrate to for many reasons, mainly because of the very high quality of life here. But on the other hand, there is a common problem here in Germany for us expats, foreigners, immigrants, whatever you want to call us. So many of us really struggle to integrate into German culture, to make Germany feel like home, to actually feel happy here in Germany. And I am somebody who has lived in Germany for many years now. I moved to Germany in my 20s. I'm now in my 30s. I got married in Germany. I have 3 children. I have been through the process of learning the German language from scratch. It hasn't always been easy, but it has definitely been worth it. Germany is an amazing country to live if you just give it a chance, and there are definitely ways that I have made Germany feel like home. There are really simple things you can do to improve your life here in Germany, and I'm going to share some of my tips with you in this video. I will be getting into that really soon, but first I would like to give a big thanks to today's sponsor, Ana Luisa. I talk a lot about Ana Luisa in my videos. They are an ethical, sustainable jewellery line based in New York, and I wear their jewellery every single day. I'm wearing it today. All of their jewellery is made from recycled materials and previously worn jewellery. They use a lot of gold, lab-grown diamonds. Their jewellery is truly gorgeous. So I want to show you some of my recent Ana Luisa pieces. I'm wearing the Evie earrings today. These are a thread style earring and I love this design. They are very lightweight. I just love this chain design. I think they are very subtle, and like most Ana Luisa pieces, they are minimal but they make an amazing statement. I'm also wearing the Aria mother of pearl necklace. This is such a beautiful timeless piece. This is actually 2 necklaces for the price of 1, which is amazing. And so I can wear this little chain necklace here with my other Ana Luisa pieces. I can mix and match it, but I think it looks amazing as a set here. So if you're interested in checking out Ana Luisa jewellery, I will leave a personalised link for where you can do so in my description below. If you use my link, you will have access to some amazing discounts. This is a perfect Christmas gift for any beautiful lady in your life, and their shipping is insanely quick. Okay guys, so let's get into it. These tips are actually aimed at fellow expats, people who have moved to Germany from another country, but I do know that many Germans like to watch my videos, and I think the reason for this is because many Germans are very curious people, and they love to hear about Germany from the perspective of a non-German. So when you first move to Germany, you may be feeling alone and confused and out of your depth, and this is a time to ask questions and be inquisitive and find out, why is this particular thing done in this particular way? Instead of thinking this is weird, this is hard, I don't know how to do this, ask questions, be inquisitive, because Germans by nature are very inquisitive people. They are eager to learn, and they do not mind you asking questions. As I've mentioned in other videos, many Germans have quite a high level of English. Not all Germans speak English, but many of them speak at least school English, like basic English, or really advanced English. And they love to have conversations in English and practice their English. As I said, Germans love to learn. They are very inquisitive, and they are only too happy to answer questions. If they don't speak English, then that's fine. They will say, I'm sorry, I don't speak English, or they may not be able to reply at all, but in most cases they will be able to speak enough English to be able to say, sorry, I don't speak English. And then you just ask the next German, and you will find somebody that is willing to help you. So don't be afraid to ask questions and to learn about German culture. So I know that I said you should not be afraid to ask questions in English if you do not speak German, but you should not be afraid to try to learn German. And learning German and being able to understand what is going on dramatically improves your happiness levels while living in Germany, honestly. But at the same time, please do not put pressure on yourself, especially in the beginning, to have to speak amazing German like straight away, because that is completely unrealistic. And everybody who learns a foreign language has to start somewhere. And when you are first starting out speaking a language, it's really difficult. You have to really push yourself and get yourself outside your comfort zone. But nobody expects you to be perfect and amazing straight away, and nobody is going to judge you. I wish that I had come to Germany with a different attitude in regards to learning German. I put so much pressure on myself at the beginning, thinking, oh my goodness, I need to be really, really great at speaking German, otherwise I just don't want to speak it, because I was just so embarrassed to open my mouth and make mistakes. I thought Germans were going to be laughing at me, and I thought people were going to be judging me, and that is just not the case at all. As I've mentioned many times, Germans are only too happy to help you with their language. It takes years to become fluent in a language. Nobody expects you to be amazing straight away. Nobody expects you to understand everything within the first few months or even the first few years of living in Germany. This takes time. You need to give yourself time, and you need to be patient and gentle with yourself. You need to pat yourself on the back for every little bit of progress you make, whether it be having a short little conversation with somebody, even if the conversation falls flat or you don't understand what they're saying or they don't understand what you're saying. That is progress. Every time you open your mouth and attempt to speak German, regardless of how good you sound, that is progress, and you should be proud of yourself. You just have to swallow your pride when it comes to learning a language and ask questions and make opportunities for yourself. I actually made a video a while back about the stages of culture shock when moving to Germany, or at least the stages of culture shock I experienced. When I moved to Germany, you know, there is the romantic honeymoon stage where everything is fantastic when you first come to Germany, and then reality hits and you're like, oh my goodness, this is a country where I live and I don't know what on earth I'm doing. I don't know how to do anything. I can't speak the language. I don't know the culture. Most expats experience this, and you just have to know that this stage, the oh my goodness, what have I done? Where am I stage, is normal. And once you realize that this is normal, it is normal to feel overwhelmed, to feel lonely, to feel out of your depth. Once you realize that this is a normal part of the process, then you can kind of accept it. This is something that, you know, you can get through by taking little steps to make yourself feel more at home in Germany. Something that I did, which I've talked about in previous videos, is I went to German language school and I learned the German language from scratch. This was an intensive German course. It was very, very difficult and overwhelming at the beginning, but I'm so pleased I did that, because being able to speak basic German just dramatically improved my quality of life in Germany. Okay, so my next tip on how to improve your life in Germany has to do with human connection. I think this is a really important one, because as humans, we desperately need connection, human connection, to feel as though we belong. It doesn't matter whether you are an introverted person or a full-blown extrovert or somewhere in between. Having connection, having that human connection, is part of the human experience, and it is just so important for our overall well-being and happiness. So when you're in that really difficult stage of culture shock, where you don't know many people and you don't have a lot of friends, and all of your close friendships are back in your home country, and you're feeling lonely and you just feel really sad, and I have been there, I have definitely been there. When you're feeling like this, it's just so natural to want to hide away and not face the world. You would rather just hide away than have to face speaking German or trying to speak German. This is the time when it is so important to get outside your comfort zone, as hard as it is, and meet people. in any way you can. It may be something as simple as asking a stranger directions on the street, whether it be in English or German, whatever, but getting out there and actually talking to people. For me, when I was in that really difficult stage of culture shock, I went to German language school, as I mentioned, and I met some fellow expats in my position, and that really brought me out of this dark hole where I was feeling so lonely and isolated. Being able to talk to people and realizing that you are not alone in this situation is so important. There are many ways that you can do this, and I know it's recommended when you move to a new country to try and integrate in the way that you need to make friends with locals, which can be extremely hard in Germany. I realized a long time ago that making friends with Germans in Germany is not easy at the beginning. It's something that you need to work on. Friendships with Germans take a long time to develop. Once you have made a German friend and they like you and they trust you, you have got that friend for life and they will be so loyal to you. But it takes a long time to get there and to build that friendship. What are you going to do in the meantime though when you are in a new country, when you are feeling lonely, when you hardly know anybody, and you're given the advice to only mix with Germans because you need to integrate into that culture and that's the only way you can do that? I do not agree with this because, as I said, German friendships, they take a long time to develop, and in the meantime there are so many other ways you can make connections. I met some amazing people, fellow expats at that German language school, and I also met friends through online groups. That is an amazing way that you can make friends here in Germany. There are all sorts of groups online, especially now. When I was in Germany, there were quite limited ways you could meet people online. There was this one group called Toy Town for English speakers in Germany, where it was just like a thread, like a forum with different users writing problems they were having. Other expats were giving them tips and things like that, and it turned out to be an amazing website because I met some of my best friends here in Germany through that website all of those years ago, and a couple of the girls that I met in that group are my best friends now here in Germany. Looking online for these kind of support groups with people who are in similar positions, fellow native speakers of your language, this is an amazing way to make connections in Germany. There are also Facebook groups. I now have some lovely, amazing German friends, but it has taken me a while to build up these friendships. And the longer you're in Germany, the more experiences you will have. I've made German friends through different activities my kids have done, through kindergarten, through school, and it just takes time. So don't expect your whole life to come together all at once. Feeling at home in a country takes time, and you cannot expect to feel at home in a foreign country straight away. And so you need to be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself, and realize that things will improve. If I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling depressed, if I'm feeling anxious, there are things to do to help yourself feel better. So last but not least, a really important tip that I can give you to improve your life in Germany or whatever country you have immigrated to, that is to stop comparing your life in the country that you're in to your previous life or what you see on social media with your friends back in your home country. Do not compare where they are and where you are, because there is no comparison. Recently, an American friend of mine who lives in Germany said that she would often look on Facebook, Instagram, social media at her friends back home and see them in these big, beautiful homes, living the American dream, and she would be constantly just trying so hard to create this American life in Germany, and it just wasn't working, and it was causing her so much anxiety, and it just was not possible to live this American life in Germany. She was living in an apartment in a city, and she was renting, and she was thinking, I have totally failed at life because all of my friends back in America are doing this and I'm doing this. And then one day she suddenly stopped and thought, hold on a second. I am living in the center of Europe. I have traveled to so many amazing countries. I get to experience German culture every day. I have learnt a foreign language. I have learnt German from scratch. My children are bilingual and my life is pretty awesome. I've had all of these amazing experiences. Look at all of these awesome things that I have done. My life does not have to be the cookie cutter version of what people may think my life should be. This is my life and I want to embrace it, and I want to embrace what makes me unique and what makes me different. Comparison is the killer of joy, and what you see on social media, 99.9% of the time, it's only a fraction of what actually goes on in real life. You will realize that all of the challenges you've had to face, everything you have been through, has made you such a strong, resilient, compassionate person. And this is where I am in my life right now. I'm looking back at all of these challenges and they have helped me to grow as a person. Realize if you are feeling lonely, if you are feeling disconnected, if you are feeling like you do not have control of your own life, there are things you can do to help. I was also reading something the other day about anxiety, and this is something that a lot of us expats go through. It's something that I have definitely dealt with. It's something that I still struggle with at certain times. Anxiety is actually triggered when you feel out of control of a situation, when you're not completely in control, and when you move to a new country, then you do feel very out of control because you have to learn everything from scratch. Just know that if you're feeling a little bit nervous and anxious, it is a normal and natural part of, integrating into a new country and a new culture. But also know that if it gets out of hand, if you're starting to feel depressed, then you need to get help. You need to reach out to people and share your experiences, and just know that you are not alone and everything's going to be okay. So guys, I have come to the end of this video and I feel as though I could go on and on and on, and I have gotten a little bit deeper than I was planning to. I was just going to give some very matter-of-fact tips on how you can improve your life in Germany. It turned into this big emotional video. I couldn't help myself. But I hope this video helped some of you who are maybe struggling to settle into life in Germany, to make Germany feel like home. Just know that you're not alone and things do get easier. I also wanted to mention that if you are interested in checking out Ana Luisa, I will leave a link for where you can do so in my description below. If you use my link, you will have access to some amazing discounts. All of their jewellery is 100% carbon neutral and it is gorgeous and very reasonably priced. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon. Bye!